In this example, we're given a right triangle and we're told the lengths of two sides of the right triangle. And we're asked to find the third side not given. One thing I've already done is I've placed these two sides given onto the diagram as given, and I can see now clearly that I've been given one of the legs of the right triangle and the hypotenuse of the right triangle. What I'm trying to find is the other leg of this right triangle. So again, because this is a right triangle, I can use the Pythagorean theorem, which says the leg squared plus the other leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. Or you may be used to seeing it as a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Regardless, we would just want to make sure that the hypotenuse is labeled as c, and I do see that in this case for this particular right triangle. So now what I want to do is substitute the values that I'm given, which are b and c, into this Pythagorean theorem. One other thing I forgot to mention earlier is that because the units here are all in inches, the answer must also be in inches. I did not write inches here on these sides of the right triangle given. So in other words, I'm not going to have to do any type of conversions as well as solve for the third side of this right triangle. Okay, so now at this point, this is what I have. I want to isolate A. To isolate A, the first thing I'm going to do is subtract this value squared from both sides. I'm actually not going to evaluate too much because I'm going to let my calculator do some things for me. I'll show you that here in a second. So I end up with this expression. I'm just going to leave it as it is because eventually I will type it into my calculator. And then the last step to get A isolated is to take the square root of both sides. Then I'm left with this expression. And what I'm getting ready to do is type exactly this expression into my calculator so I have the value of A. So we'll start with the square root symbol, the 0.943 squared minus 0.532 squared. And then when we compute, we have exactly what A equals, which is 0.779 when we round to 3 decimal places.